welcome to another episode of the Quotes and Mirrors podcast. I'm Tyrell James. yo, I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull this off tonight because you stalled again.
The countdown, it stopped at 00 and it went
Yeah,
black and gray,
your
and it just sitting there.
I think you got a bad connection because you're stalled and moving in slow motion.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Yours is doing.
Huh?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But
Like your as I'm watching you, your picture is going like
really?
I don't know.
And yours is messing up too.
It's solid right now, but it kept stalling and then it would catch up.
Let's try to let's try to get through this and see what happens. Oh, I ain't even got the quote up there yet.
Oh, we live right now?
Yeah, we live. Yeah, all of this in real time. See that's the beauty of when you own the company, you can do whatever you want.
I didn't even realize. I did not. I really didn't realize we was live until I just saw them in the corner there.
Yeah, we live.
So, all right. Well, I can hear you better. It seemed like and then whatever the glitch was, aside from you shaking your camera right now.
I know I'm trying to type.
Okay. Well, as long as that was you shaking it, you know what I mean.
Yeah, ain't no earthquakes or nothing like that.
All right. Well, hey guys, how are you? Right?
Yeah, let's
You know.
let's do this. Yo, welcome to another episode of the Quotes and Mirrors podcast. Act like everything that just happened didn't happen. So, yo, you stalled again? Oh, all right, there we go. Oh,
No,
okay.
I mean, I think things are looking good right now.
I hope so. Let's see. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Welcome to another episode of Quotes and Mirrors podcast.
Yep.
How many times
I'm
we gonna
Tyrell
say that? I
James.
said I got one, you got one.
What'd you say?
Uh-oh. I said how many
What?
times we gonna say that? I said it once, you said it once.
All right,
About
we ain't got to
welcome
say
to
it no
the
more.
Quotes.
We ain't got to say it no more. Let's just get to it.
All right, cool. I am Commentary. This is Quotes and Mirrors. What we do here is and he is Tyrell. That's it. Yeah. So what we do here is we take a quote and we reflect on that quote, hence the name Quotes and Mirrors. We do volley back and forth. You'll see the quote going across the bottom of the screen, but I'm gonna give him the opportunity to prove to y'all that he can read, or at least memorize. So tell us what we're talking about tonight.
So tonight's quote is: "The world is a better place when certain people die."
I
Yeah,
do
I
all
mean,
want I
die
want you
like
all to
that.
I want you all to notice that this is the author there trailing the quote is the same cat over there rubbing his hands together. Um, Pretty dark situation here. The world is better place when certain people die. I mean, wow, like they gotta die.
Yeah, they gotta die.
So
They
I mean,
gotta
they
die.
can't just.
If they don't change, they gotta die.
Hold on a
For it to
second.
be a better
Hold on a
place.
second. Hold on a second. So you got a little bit of heart about yourself now, because now you're saying if they don't change, they gotta die.
You said I got
So I
what
mean, you
from
gave a little bit of heart, but then you took it away because little heart, little
uh
compassion, little mercy, little grace.
Yeah, because everybody, people, people deserve the space to change. So I'll give them that. Yo, you keep stalling. I don't know what's going on with technology tonight. This is crazy. Yo, I hate technology. I swear I hate technology, yo. I just want to go back to being a caveman.
It's,
I swear. I want to do a
it's not
podcast from the
always our
cave,
best.
right on the walls.
Hey, buddy, what's happening?
Oh,
How you doing?
This
Say
is
hi. What?
hey
I
man.
mean, okay.
Hi.
Hey boy, how you doing, man?
Good.
Okay. Can I have it back?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, buddy. All right. Love you, kid. I'll see you later. Yeah. That's cool. That's what I need at the end of this day, because Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
All right. This day is ridiculous. But anyway, I don't want to get off topic. I want to talk about how dark you are about killing people because you feel like they'd be in a better place if they were
I'm
dead.
not killing people. I just think that the world is a better place when certain people die.
All right. Do you have an example?
Yeah, Hitler.
Oh. He couldn't just stop what he was doing, though? He had to die?
He didn't stop what he was doing. Things got better when he died.
Okay.
So that's the point. I'm talking about the people that have no desire to change, and they just want to continue on the path that they are, to continue on the path of destruction and making this world. Oh, you know what? You said that it was dark. I don't think that this is dark. I think that it adds light to the world when you get rid of the dark people.
I mean, but do you got to kill them?
No, I don't have to kill them. They can just die. Like I ain't got to kill nobody. Just die.
No, I'm saying, but because if we, I mean, they could just be, they could be prosecuted and imprisoned and that could stop them from doing what they're doing, right?
Cool, but
they gotta die.
You look at somebody like Hitler, this dictator. There was nothing that was going to. He was at the top of the food chain. He's not going to get locked up. He's the one that's running everything. So he needs to die.
So he got to die.
Yeah. Yo, you know what's crazy? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. Where I first had this thought. I was speaking to my spiritual advisor, and he says to me, unfortunately, in order for things to change, it's going to take a few good funerals.
Wow, that is an amazing statement. A few good funerals.
Yeah, it's going to take a few.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, I can see, I see the benefit. I guess not necessarily in the death. I guess I'm trying to see the necessity of the death in order to prevent the situation from, whatever they've conjured up to continue moving forward. Because I'm just thinking, is death the only? Is that how massive? Is that how impactful or how powerful an individual like Hitler is, to where death is the only way from up under his oppression?
Yeah. So now, okay, let me say, we got a couple of comments. So Vega says, but Hitler, her birthday twin, by the way, committed suicide. He took himself out. Everyone around Hitler attempted to kill him and failed. Then she said, that is deep. It actually is true. However, more will be born. Yeah. So, what was the last thing that you just said?
I was just saying, just the necessity of death. Like there's no other way to stop him. Like and I mean, we're talking about Hitler right now, where he's just that impactful. He's just that powerful. To where the only way to stop him is death.
Yeah. So in certain cases, yeah. All right. So put it this way, I was teaching one of my gun classes, right? And one of my students was asking me about, man, I gotta be careful with the way that I word this.
I'm so sick of being careful.
I know, but this is because of,
you don't want to put somebody out there.
No. It ain't that. I have to be careful because of my license as an instructor. So I got to be careful with certain things that I say. Um,
Okay.
but basically, we were talking about uh, okay, I'm gonna have to leave some of the story out. Anyway, we were talking about how if I'm in the mall, right,
Mm-hmm.
and oh boy, how in the world can I say this? All right, anyway, whatever.
Doesn't seem like you can.
Nah, I'm a kind of talk around this. But anyway, we're talking about like if I'm in the mall, I got my,
Mhm.
my gun on me, right?
Okay.
Or guns, because I carry more than one. Anyway,
Right.
but if I got my guns on me and I'm in the mall and somebody comes in there, there's an active shooter, right?
Okay.
So their purpose for being in there is to kill a bunch of people in the mall, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So they asked me pretty much, what am I going to do in that situation? And I'm like, well, I'm firing. If I see an active shooter, I'm pulling out and I'm firing first. Now, in that instance, you have somebody that came in here to kill a bunch of people, a bunch of innocent people. But if I take them out, the world, at least this world, the world inside this mall, and everybody who is in this mall, if I take them out before he takes anybody else out, then everybody's world is a better place now because I took him out.
Yeah, I understand, but the only way to take him out is to kill him.
Well,
Like you can't, you can't,
I don't
you
shoot the
can't,
injured.
huh?
I don't shoot to injure, and I don't teach my students to shoot to injure. You don't shoot to injure. I'm shooting to kill.
Okay, so now this is an interesting thing here now because I would imagine that there's a cop with that same mentality that has killed cats that look just like me and you, felt himself just as justified because he had whatever fear based on whatever his truth may have been.
Here we go with that.
That just makes me chuckle. But I'm just saying,
That's not the same thing, though.
well, it ain't the same thing to you. I'm
Yeah,
a,
but
I'm gonna play your role right now because
yeah,
I
but
know I agree that it's not
you're
the
not
same thing.
playing a very good role. You're not playing. You're not doing a good job of playing my role
How so?
because it's not an apples to apples comparison. Here we go with this again. It's not. Yo, if somebody comes in there to kill a bunch of innocent people
Hmm.
and I take them out, then I mean I don't understand where the apples to apples comparison is with that with a cop that decides to take out a black man because racism.
I didn't say that it was racism. I actually had to finish what I was saying.
My bad. Go ahead.
But I'm just saying, he, I would imagine there's a cop that's killed one of us that has the same fear or has the same thought process that he's actually preventing a greater evil.
What is the
But
greater evil?
I don't know. It could be a cat that he was in the pursuit of. That I don't know. He could have been doing whatever else. He could have killed somebody. I guess what I'm getting at is why is death the necessity? Why does it have to be death?
For the person that has absolutely no plans on changing who they are, and all they want, their purpose in their mind, their purpose is to be destructive and to cause death and mayhem and to bring just more darkness to this sick world and to
Hmm.
just add to this world. No, they got to go. The world is a better place when they're out of here.
No,
If
agreed.
you want to continue, if you just want to continue to cause destruction, if you're going to continue to cause destruction and death, yo, if I can, yo, imagine all of the lives that would have been saved if Hitler died before the Holocaust.
Oh, no question.
The world's a better place.
Okay, but I'm saying, so how are you actually like to what degree does the offense have to be that death is the only way out, right? Because essentially just basically by what you just said, I'm going way on the other end of the spectrum because Hitler was a horrible cat, right?
Mm-hmm.
But any drug dealer selling crack and heroin to everybody on the street, he killing them. He killing them. He got to die.
No.
I mean, it's the same outcome, regardless of whether or not it's the same path is taken. He killing them. He's selling poison to women and children.
That's going to take this conversation in a completely different direction. I don't see the two as being the same, man. I don't see the drug dealer that's out there, especially the drug dealer who is.
Stop it. I don't want to hear no garbage about it's the only way to feed my family. Stop
it. So we've had this conversation before. You can't say that because you've never been there. You don't know what it's like. Listen, here's the thing. Until you're in certain situations, you can't tell me what you won't do.
That's not true. How do you not know who you are? You go to jail, you're gonna be gay?
That's you go. You keep bringing your oranges to my apples. This is not the same thing.
First of all, you cannot talk about oranges touching apples right after I said you gonna be gay. All right. I guess it's a good thing nobody said nothing about a banana. Nonetheless, it's mad fruity, right? So, but I'm saying that's an untrue statement. You know who you are. All right. You know there are some circumstances. There are some circumstances that you have to. That I will admit. There are some circumstances that I think you would have to be in to know how you're going to react. But that's not true of every circumstance.
I'm not talking about every circumstance. I'm talking about certain circumstances. I'm talking about if we look at that right there, drug dealing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you right now, if let's say that Tyrell is not his age now, he's not 19 years old, about to turn 20. By the way, you old. Your godson is about to turn 20. You old. Anyway, so
my son about to turn 29.
So you're old. Anyway,
hold on. Your godson.
Oh yeah. Well, that boomerang came back fast.
It's all in how you throw it, I
guess. But
what, you lost your train of thought?
Yeah, you know, man. You know what I do.
What we were talking about is not an apples to apples comparison about the whole drug dealing situation. And how I don't know how I'm going to react in a certain situation.
I remember.
I do know how I'm going to react, though. I just,
I mean, because see, the thing is, I mean, it's easy to say that because you've never been on that side. But I'm telling you, let's say Tyrell's not his age, right? Let's say Tyrell is a baby, and I've fallen on hard times, right? So my son is looking at me, and he's hungry right now. He's hungry right now. I don't have time. Let's say I just lost my job, and it wasn't my fault, but I just lost my job. My son is hungry right now. I don't have time to try to go out there and wait for. First of all, go out there, try to find a job, and then wait for them to call me back, and then go to the interview. I almost forgot it. You can tell how long it's been since I've had a regular job. When you go back, I don't have time for the interview, and then to wait for them to say, okay, you got the job, and then wait 2 to 3 weeks before you get your first paycheck, and my child is hungry right now. I can't tell you what I won't do. Then let's say I have nobody to depend on. I have nobody that I can lean on. And I'm not, man, please, I'm going to do what I have to do to survive.
Understood. However,
and I don't want to get too far off track from the quote. But
well, because if we still talking about drug dealing, then we're not even talking about an isolated instance. First of all, that's just not, I'm not doing it. All right, it just puts me in a position, first thing, specifically in reference to my child. First thing my father said to me, I tell him Trey's on the way. First thing, you want to be a father, you got to be present. So doing anything that could put me in a position where I can't be present is out of the question. Dumb. I'm not doing it. I got to be present. You know what I mean? But also, we're not talking about an isolated incident. We talking about cats that are habitually. This is what they do. They're not looking for another job. They're not doing this while they're in school. And I'm not saying everybody, but I'm talking about an individual whose sole purpose is to produce and sell poison. But even still, they gotta die. They gotta die.
No, I'm never saying that
But
about
that's, I mean,
them.
that's,
I'm never
how
saying that
I don't
about them.
understand. How is that not a parallel situation?
It's just not for me. It may be for you, but
Oh,
it's not for me.
Jesus. Oh, here we go. Boy,
Yo, you,
Jesus, good God.
that is not a parallel situation for me.
But how?
Yo, because I'm not about to put Hitler in the same category as a drug dealer.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem with these with things like because you got the same outcome. It's still people dying. It's still people dying that don't deserve the death that's being handed to them. It
Yo,
don't matter. And now I won't say that it don't matter because the numbers was ridiculous. Okay, the numbers was ridiculous. But what I'm saying still the same thing. It's ultimately the same situation. If death, undeserved death, something that could be avoided, still being handed to them. Same thing. But they gotta die. And I'm not saying. I mean, I guess I'm you know.
you saying no, they don't have to die. Not the drug dealer, no, just Hitler and people like him. They can die. They
I
can die.
think.
Hey, the child molesters, they can die. The rapists, they can die. The
I think.
world is a much better place
I mean,
without them. They can
I,
all die.
I'm not saying I entirely disagree with the situation I'm having to die. I'm just saying it's not the only option because in many an instance, the greater suffering would be for them to live and not be able to execute their evil. The
Cool.
greater suffering will be for them to be shut down and completely. They can't perform.
Got you. And I agree with that. I look at situations like, let's say that all of this puffy stuff is true, which I believe that the majority of it is.
Is
Okay.
he still? He's still in jail.
Yeah, yeah. So for me, with all of this stuff, let's say that all of this stuff is true, right?
Mm-hmm.
No
Mm-hmm.
fact that everything is true, right? Then I'm fine with him being in jail. I'm absolutely fine with him being in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he's not in jail and he's continuing to do the things that he has done, I'm also fine with him dying. Here's the thing, we all have to die, right?
True.
All I'm saying, the only thing that I'm saying is that for some people, I'm okay if it happens a little earlier than we expected.
No, I mean, I'm not. I cannot say that there isn't a benefit to eliminating the source of an evil. I'm just saying, just I mean, yeah, it's true because that is a way to eliminate the source
Mhm.
if they die. But you know, I guess it's just true. I just don't. I just well, I'm just looking at. I guess I was just looking at the die part, like that it doesn't
I
have
know
to die.
it sounds harsh, right?
Well, because it's just like things just have to stop, right? Because
Yeah.
like if if you could be, I guess maybe there's certain things you can't really come back from, So so just stopping a situation from continuing. I can't think of a scenario right away, but just stopping a situation from continuing may not be enough. I
To
guess.
die.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Yeah.
guess I get that. I get that. But I'm just saying, like,
Die.
it's like I mean, but it's like the like, but the drug dealer, or even Hitler.
Hmm.
And this is gonna be real stupid here, right? But
All right.
but but what I Because I don't know. I ain't ever read the book or nothing like that. I don't know who the cat really was. What's it called? Mein Kampf or something like that? The
I
book is
read the book.
called? You read the book?
I had that book.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never been even remotely
I
interested.
read it. I read it because I wanted to understand. I wanted to try to understand his brain as much. I like psychology, so I wanted to understand his brain as much as possible. But I really wanted to understand what it was about him that made him that made all of these people follow him. This fool said that the perfect race is blue eyes and blonde hair, and he looked absolutely nothing like that, and got all of these people to still follow him. And I'm just like, what in the world was it about this man that made him so influential and so powerful?
Hmm.
How did he have that type of impact on people? So that's why I read the book, because I wanted to know why people admired this man so much and followed him. One of the things I did find out is that he was very charismatic.
Well,
He
see,
he was creative. I believe he was like an artist at one point, something like that. I mean, he had some good qualities. I don't believe anybody is all good or all bad, but I think that with a lot of people, when the bad it just outweighs the good, when too much, it's way too much bad, then
hmm
that bad needs to be buried. And
no,
sometimes they just need to be buried with that bad.
I know, man. I just be thinking like, under from the victim's perspective, of course, the predator. You want the predator dead. Period.
Mhm.
Right. But people are like he could have been a whole nother person to his kids. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so
I'm sure.
so
And if they fall, nothing. Go ahead.
no, I'm just saying. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I guess it's just I just I agree that definitely things could change if somebody would die. But the thing is, because their death does eliminate the source of an evil, but that's just not the only way to do it. Essentially, I guess is what I'm saying. And so, because I mean, just they would be quite honestly, as much as we work on exterminating each other, um, you know, to kill the gang members that are killing other gang members, because essentially what they're doing is that they're killing other people's their sons killing sons and fathers killing fathers, right? And so, but how are they better off with all of these people dead? Because it didn't stop anything, right? So it has to, that's essentially it's it perpetuates the same situation. Somebody has to say, let's stop eliminating the source by way of death. You know what I mean? In order for a situation to get better, or for that situation to get better.
Well,
So I guess, go ahead.
if I'm trying to convince a killer that they need to stop killing, they gonna look at me as if they want to kill me. And then after they kill me, they gonna want to go kill somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. And I'm gonna tell you something. The world is a better place with them dead, but the world is a really bad place with me dead. So if they
Well, okay. So this is, I guess, okay. I guess I'm kind of looking at it a little bit different because it's saying die, but I have been speaking as if you talk about killing them.
right, yeah, like these bad people can have a heart attack. They can
Right,
get hit by a bus.
right, right,
They
right,
can
right.
get bitten by a poisonous cricket for all I care. I don't care as long as they die.
Is there such thing as a poisonous cricket?
I have no idea. But if there is, I want it to bite anybody like Hitler.
Okay. Okay. Well, all right. So I had to back up because I was definitely looking at it like you talking about killing them, and
No, no.
but but it still kind of opens the door to a was it corporal punishment? Yeah, I mean, as far as like the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That I don't agree with. By the way, I don't agree with the death penalty.
so further then. So the world is a better place when certain people die, but not necessarily when we kill
Well, sometimes that's how they must die.
them.
But like going back to the example that I brought up in the beginning, if I'm in
Right.
a mall and an active shooter comes in there and I kill this shooter, I kill this active shooter, then that's what had to happen in order for them to die. Now look, I look around, I saved all of these people. This one person who came in here with the intention of killing us all is now dead. The world is a better place.
Now, I mean, in that given that scenario, nobody's crying any tears. Well, I won't say nobody's crying any tears because his mother's probably crying because he's dead. But I'm
Right.
just saying
All goes out to
that
her.
but I just don't feel like that's the only way to stop that. Like the cat could be subdued. It could, you know, it could be. It's another way around it. I'm just saying.
Yo, if you pull a gun out on me, I'm not going to come run up to you and try to subdue you. No.
No,
I'm
but
not.
subdue does not necessarily mean that I got to take you down hand to hand combat. I'm saying I just think this is. I can see where it applies, but I can see where it's also a dangerous state of mind, where death is just it. The only way to get out of this is to kill this cat, because
Yo,
in that situation, in that thing, you're not just talking about him dying, you're talking about you killing him.
yeah, I'm talking about me surviving and me saving these people in here. I'm talking about all of us surviving. This I'm not doing this for the purpose of trying to kill somebody. I'm doing this for the purpose of us trying to live and us
Understood.
trying to survive. That's what that is about.
So
It just
okay,
so
so
happens I had to kill him.
all right, so let me go further into that example. If you shoot him and he's down but he's not dead,
Hmm.
right?
Uh-huh.
You gonna shoot him again?
No.
Okay, so then death doesn't have to necessarily happen
No.
in order for this to stop.
But if I shoot to kill.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, good shot or not, it don't mean that every time you shoot somebody they're gonna die.
No, but the thing is, and with the law, what the law teaches, and what I teach as a firearms instructor is you can't go overboard with anything. So after you put them down, you can't go stand over the body and unload the magazine. So now
Well,
I'm putting myself in a position where I'm going to end up in jail, not necessarily for the first shot, but or the first couple of shots that put him down, but for everything else that I did, now I have to pay for that. So again, this is about me surviving, and part of my survival is not going to jail. So that's
mhm.
what that's about. That's it. It's not when my first couple of shots were to kill you. If you didn't die, then you just didn't die. But that wasn't that wasn't the plan. The plan
Well,
was
understood, but that's why I'm saying that the bigger issue is to um is to it doesn't have to be death. Again, it's just what I'm saying. Like, because I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just another way to do it. You and I would imagine that the more popular opinion in the given example is going to be shoot to kill. I would imagine that that's the more popular opinion. That's just not my only thought. I'm just saying. And if he does die, cool. All of the killing that he was gonna do is stopped. But if he's taken down and he doesn't die, um, I think there's something to be said about the individual that wishes he was dead instead of what I mean, because at that point your focus is not to stop him from killing. You think he deserves to die for his attempt to kill.
well, no. So the quote is the world is a better place when certain people die.
Right.
Okay. So
That's
maybe
true.
because oh, all right. Podcast over. You have a good night. but but thing is, like, if I need to add more to the quote, then okay, the world is a better place when certain people die. But if they end up getting locked up and they're no longer a menace to society, then we don't have to worry about them anymore. Then the world is a better place because of that too. But that's a lot to put down there. That's a lot.
That's not a quotable situation.
Exactly. So let's just leave it at die. The world's a better place when these fools die.
I mean, I gotta crack it open to talk about it though, because I mean, on one hand, you can't really deny that certain situations things are better when certain people die. It's just
so we're saying the same thing.
Huh?
So we're saying the same thing.
No, definitely. I'm just saying, but I have to crack it open to say that death isn't the only way to gain relief from any particular given evil.
Right, but I'm not implying that that's the only way. I'm just saying that when certain people die, the world is a better place. That's not the only option. When certain people go to jail, the world is a better place. If certain people's arms fall off, then it's a much better place. I mean, but there's a bunch of different scenarios that I can throw out there. But this one right here, when people die, I think this makes a bigger statement.
Well, I mean, so going to the first example, when you're talking about Hitler, if he would have just been stopped, the world would have been a better place.
Right. It would have. So, but the biggest statement that I wanted to make with this quote is it's a better place when certain people die. But and see, and the other thing is going back to, okay, let's go back to when you were talking about somebody getting killed, right? So maybe somebody getting killed sends a message to somebody else who decides maybe I want to dibble and dabble in mass murder, right? But to the person that probably sitting there thinking about being an active shooter or trying to be a dictator on the level that Hitler was, if they see somebody get killed, like when Saddam Hussein was killed, they hung him and they televised it, right?
Okay.
If certain people see that, maybe they think twice. And maybe that deters them from doing the same thing that these fools did. And now they're like, you know what? Maybe I won't do this. And in that instance, the world is now a better place. Because, we killed this person, and killing this person has stopped this person from deciding that they want to do the same thing as the person that we just killed.
So, but you don't think stopping them would be the same thing?
Stopping them could. Well, stopping who?
Stopping whoever you killed, whoever you're talking about killing, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can stop them. You can that stops them, but but no, you can stop them. And if you can stop them and put, like, for instance, going back to Puff, so he's been stopped now. So he's in jail, and that's great. The world is a better place now because this monster is off the streets, right? Okay. If he would not have gotten locked up, I think it's pretty safe to say that he probably would have continued with the same behavior. And if nobody ever said anything, if nobody ever spoke up and there was never any type of investigation, he never would have gotten locked up. And he continued with this behavior until somebody one day decided, you know what, I'm going to kill him. The world is a better place. The world is a better place with Puff in jail. But if Puff is in the streets doing the same thing, then the world is a better place with him dead. So, we can expand this. Yeah, the world is a better place when the person is stopped.
Oh yeah,
I just think that, but going back to what I said earlier, when I say die, it makes a bigger statement.
I mean, it does make a bigger statement, which is honestly, it makes a statement so big that it makes me Did it had me come from the thought process of you wanting to not you,
Mhm.
but of taking matter into your own hands type of thing. You know what I mean? And you being the predator or you being the culprit as far as you being the deliverer of this death.
I
And
mean,
that's
if I that's a um only if I have to situation.
I mean if it's a but if it's a situation in your life or somebody else's life, cool, but you're just thinking to defend yourself.
Right.
And killing them is a possible outcome, not necessarily the intended outcome.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, defending myself or defending others.
True, understood. But
Okay.
I'm just saying death is a possible outcome, but not necessarily the intended outcome. Is what I'm
If
that's
I
what I'm
shoot,
saying.
if I shoot, death is the intended outcome.
Yeah, see, so that's
But like I told you, as a firearms instructor, I teach to kill. I teach to shoot to kill.
I mean, but
That's
that's
just. I mean that's the mentality. And see the other thing is the way. Also, the way the law looks at it too is not to treat them as if they're a wounded animal. Like you wouldn't leave a wounded animal just sitting there suffering. You put him out of his misery. I have other reasons for shoot to kill that I teach. Um, listen, and it but it goes into a court situation, and not wanting to have somebody else over there telling their side of the story, even though you're right, because everything that I teach is you have every right to shoot. You were a victim first. That's the reason that you shot, because you had been victimized. So so that's the reason. That's part of the reason that you shoot to kill, because you have somebody who is going to appear as if they are a victim, which they are in a sense, but they were a victim second. So you have somebody who's in court trying to tell their side of the story, and because they were a victim, because they were shot, they may be able to tug on the heartstrings of the jury, and you want to eliminate that. I know it sounds crazy until you're on trial. Until you're on trial and you were well within your rights to shoot that person.
well, I mean, but the thing about like what you're saying right now, essentially, if you're taught to shoot to kill, then let me just ask the question: if you're taught to shoot to kill, are you not opening yourself up to a self-defense thing kind of being turned into murder, right? Because if like it's just like when you're a martial artist, I don't even know if they still do this, where you used to have to get your hands registered or whatever. If you beat somebody up, you could have not even used your particular craft.
Mhm. We don't have to. It depends on what it is. Like,
Okay,
we
well
don't
I'm just saying
and
well
doing
I'm
all.
just saying it's gonna be said that you were trained in this particular art.
Hmm.
So that too often is used against an individual. You know what I mean? Because you were trained. So you were capable.
Right,
And you were capable in both directions. You were capable, there's a discipline that there could be present. There's also you know exactly what you was doing when you fired that weapon.
right. Which is why I teach the law to my students. I teach them when you can shoot and when you cannot shoot.
Hmm.
So when you shoot, you are well within your rights to shoot that person. And if they die, the law clearly states that under certain circumstances, as long as you did everything you were supposed to do, that homicide or that kill is justifiable in the eyes of the law. It clearly says that in the law. And at that point, you sit back, you let your lawyer do the job.
Well, you're still gonna need a lawyer, that's for sure.
Oh, you absolutely gonna need a lawyer. That's the other reason why when you take my class, you get access to my lawyer. That's because you're going to go to jail. It's not about whether or not you go to jail. It's about whether or not you stay in jail. So you're going to go to jail if you shoot somebody.
All right. Well, I mean, like I said, I agree. The statement, it is strong. It is aggressive. And so it immediately made me think,
We
like,
all
wow.
gotta die. That's
Yeah,
the thing. We all have to die. It's just that some people, like I said earlier, I'm just okay if certain people die a little bit earlier than we expected. Like it's okay.
I mean,
It's okay.
I understand what you're saying.
Yo, imagine what if Hitler would have died when he was. Let me not go that young. What if Hitler would have died when he was 20?
Mm-hmm.
There is no Holocaust.
No, I get you. Or but he didn't. We're still talking about preventing a situation. He could have just got duct tape and cactus rape. He didn't have to get killed.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I think that should have been edited, but we're live, so we. Oh shit! I don't think that should have been said. Oh shit! That's. Oh my gosh! I need to go check the YouTube stream to make sure they didn't shut us down.
You know what? I guess it's out there now. My bad. Because that was just kind of that was a nostalgic moment. Only because we used to playfully say stuff like
Right.
that. Yeah,
At a different time.
At a different time.
At
At a completely different time. You know what? Let me just smack my own hand.
He's sorry, y'all.
My bad. I'm just saying the statement is strong, so it immediately makes me think, okay, it's definitely the only way to stop a situation.
No, it's not. It's not the only way.
Right.
But when it does happen, to certain people, all I'm saying is it's okay.
I got you.
It's okay.
I got you. I mean, because there's so many cats. When Jeffrey Dahmer died, all right. I mean, but because I think he died in prison, right?
Yeah. I think somebody killed him in prison.
Yeah, but I mean, he was, but the world was better before he died. It was better just with him locked up.
Yeah. So at that point, I'm okay. So at that, let me make something clear. I don't wish death on anybody.
Okay.
I don't think. Okay, no. I don't.
Now I get you.
I don't wish death on anybody, right?
Mm.
But if some people died, okay. Let's say I'm going to a party, right? Okay. I'm it's Saturday, just woke up, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to this party tonight and I plan on having an amazing time, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, let's say that I'm just only planning on having a good time at the party, right? Okay. And then somebody who has been like Hitler or Dahmer, Puffy, any of these, Saddam Hussein, any of these people, right? Let's say that any of these people died. I found out that this person died on my way to the party, and I was planning on having a good time. I did not wish death on this person, right?
Right.
But now I'm going to have an amazing time at the party. All that I'm saying, I'm going to cut a rug. Okay, I'm going to have requests at the DJ booth. I may buy out the bar. Hey, water for everybody. Water for everybody. Okay.
Yo, but no, so I agree with what you said. I have to keep reading it because it just hits me as if you're saying certain people have to die for the world to be a better place. And so, but that's not exactly that's not
No,
what I'm saying.
no. I'm not saying that they have to die.
Right.
I'm okay with any way that they are stopped
Got it. Got
from
it.
doing what it is that they're doing. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay. I got
But if they die,
you.
it's going to be an amazing party. That's all I'm saying.
All
Boy,
right.
I have a good time tonight.
Well, I think it rings true. There we go.
That's crazy because
What?
we agreed. The other time that we agreed on a quote, we had to move on to another quote, and then
Well,
went to another quote.
this one wasn't just an agree. I mean, first of all, I definitely took it the wrong way.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I took it to mean that certain people had to die in order for the world to be a better place, which isn't exactly what you're saying. But also, when you throw die in there, it just kind of makes me kind of just unpack it a little bit. Like there's something to talk about, is what I'm saying.
Right.
The last time we agreed on a quote, I forget what was it. I forget. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about after that.
Right. I don't even remember
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah. So that's all. But that's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, because what are you doing?
Taking edibles. Listen, if I want to have a good night's sleep and I don't want to be in pain, I got to take my edibles. I got to do what I got to
I
do.
mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I do what
Okay.
I got to do. I got chronic pain and insomnia, so I got to do what I got to do. Man.
Oh, well, cool. You just medicating is what you're saying.
Yep.
All right.
I took my
Well,
medicine.
all right. Well, since you on your way out anyway, and since
I
I've
got
been
about an hour.
since I since I've been up since about 1:30 this morning, and the fact that we agree, I think we can go ahead and bring this episode of Close to the Mirrors to an end, y'all.
Actually, hold on. Before we do that, I don't want to overlook everything else that Vega said. So Vega also said it's not a direct kill. I'm mad that I missed this stuff when she actually said it because I don't know what she was talking about when she said it's not a direct kill. Um, but then she also said, how was the dealer different? I think she's talking about the drug dealer. She said, how was the dealer different than the food suppliers, FDA, etc., giving us alignments and causing death with the chemicals and man-made products that they add to our foods? Should they also die? That is a good question.
Well, first of all, they're not different because it's still poison. So they're not different.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. They're not different. You drew a very correct parallel. It's just a matter of what's been legal and what's illegal. That's the only difference there. And both should be illegal because most of I was just talking to Terry today about um, things that are allowed here in the U.S. that are illegal in other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still poison. It's
Right.
still poison. So yeah, there's no difference. They essentially they drug dealers too. Really.
They are. They're
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. They just not on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
some on the corner, some are in the corporation. That's all.
Right. Yeah. True. True.
Yeah.
And
So
but the question of should they also die? It's, I don't see them. I,
it's
boy, I struggle with that one because
well,
if I don't think that the drug dealer, the one that's selling the illegal drugs should die, then I guess I shouldn't think that the ones that are selling the legal drugs should die either. Um,
well, the thing is,
you know what? I want to look at intention. There it is. It's intention for me. If your intention is to kill, if that's your intention, then
now you get
what
into a
your
whole
intention
other
is to
conversation.
profit off of death. What you say?
You get into a whole other conversation because you get
I know.
intention versus impact is a whole nother situation.
I know. I know. I wish I
Yeah, I
would.
mean,
I wish I would have said this earlier. I wish I would have read that earlier. Yeah.
yeah, it's a whole that's a whole nother conversation. But now whether or not they should die versus how bothered would I be?
Mm-hmm.
Two different things. You know what I mean? So yeah, you should just kill them, but they got to be
Oh,
stopped.
that's hold up, because how bothered am I? Now that's because it's people I know personally that if they die, I'm gonna have an amazing time at the party. Yo, and that sounds harsh,
Yeah.
but you're
Sometimes
only
the
hearing
truth is
one
like,
side of the story. You're only hearing this part. You're not hearing what led to me feeling that way
it
about them.
doesn't
You
matter.
don't know what happened, what they did to make me feel. Yo, I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna sound really harsh, but I said it on the other podcast, on the Art of Opinion podcast, a couple weeks ago when I was talking to my guys, and we were talking about, I think we were talking about hating people, and there was some people that were like, "Yo, I don't. There's nobody on this earth that I hate," and I was like, "I got a couple of them that I absolutely hate. I
Uh,
absolutely hate to the point where they could be walking in front of me and they could drop dead, and I'm just going to step over them, and I'm going to continue walking."
but it doesn't take hate to do that.
No, for me it does.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Because if I don't hate the person, then there's going to be a certain level of compassion that I have for this person who is just dropped dead. I'm talking about
No.
that have crossed lines to the point where if they drop dead in front of me, I'm going to step over them and I'm going to keep going. See, you don't know what happened, or the people don't know what happened to lead me to that point.
You
But
need therapy.
these people that I have a hatred for, absolutely. Now, I'm not going out on a manhunt. I'm not trying to go kill them.
You don't
All
have to go out and kill them, but I mean, as far, I'm just not wasting my time on my energy hating nobody. There's nobody that I can think of that has a reserved space in my mind that I'm just gonna spend the time hating you. For me, what I'm gonna do is you're gonna get categorized as unnecessary.
yo, I'm gonna tell you when we get off here, I'm gonna remind you of something and tell you why I hate this person. I'm gonna remind you of something of why I absolutely hate this person. And
Okay.
um, listen, I understand. I hear people say all the time, "Yo, hate is a strong feeling." To which I respond, "I strongly hate this person." I hear people say, "Yo, I
Oh
wouldn't
damn.
wish, and I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy." To which I respond, "You must not have ever had a worst enemy." Nah, there's certain things I absolutely would wish on my worst enemy. So I yeah, there.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't.
Well, I
I,
mean, but like I said, we agree. All right, the world is a better place. Certain people died. Hitler being one of them.
yep.
Wasn't the only way for to make it a better place, but it was one of them. And it was if it was a multiple choice, and you could have just picked any. You could just close your eyes and he's dead. All right, well
Yeah, well, it'll be an amazing party.
yeah. So I have to agree. I have to agree with that. All right, cool. It's we going up. We're running up on an hour.
Yeah.
Um, let's go ahead and close this out. Oh, do we the quote for next week?
Mhm.
I gotta remember. I gotta go. Oh no, hold on. I gotta do my photos real quick. And I'm only looking it up really because I gotta remember the individual's name.
Okay.
Um, so the quote for next week, I want to get into Jermaine Glenn. I don't know who he is. I was looking at a Instagram, and somebody was saying that they're one of their mentors, Jermaine Glenn, said that people cannot behave beyond what they believe.
I have a feeling we're going to disagree on this one. Boy, I
What?
can't wait.
we go we go get into it and see exactly here because I was like, wow. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Hmm.
So next week, people cannot behave beyond what they believe. We appreciate y'all showing up this evening. Appreciate y'all listening, watching. dealing with the technical difficulties in in the beginning. And hopefully y'all not out there killing nobody because you think the world would be a better place.
Right, yes. But if you happen to kill somebody and it makes the world a better place, thank you.
All right. Well, this has been yet another wonderful episode of Quotes and Mirrors. I am Uncommonterry.
And I am Tyrell James. And on that note, and I quote, peace out.